Hello again, this is Dawn Alicia, and I'm a Gemini who rocks. And also, like I always say, a tortured Cleveland Browns fan. I do always like to say as well that Peter Capaldi is the best doctor. And as you can see, I love Garfield and Wacko. And I'm going to say, ignore the roots. I got to get my hair braided. I'm still trying to decide if I like this hair color. Everyone says they like it. They say, "Oh, look, you have Cleveland Browns hair." I don't know if I necessarily would call it Cleveland Browns hair, but we shall see. So I want to thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. There's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. I may not edit stuff. I need to figure that out. I know that for some weird reason, this is in my eye and I can't figure out what it is. So hopefully I can figure out what it is. I do want to say apologies for the first video I posted. I should have did that in the second video when I was talking about Lord of the Rings, but I was practicing and I liked what I did talking about my TV shows and movies. But I had my TV on in the background and I was listening to Seth Meyers' corrections, and that is the background noise you hear. And I know that I probably could have re-recorded it, but it felt authentic the way I originally had it. I do want to say that I decided I wanted to start a podcast because I thought it would be a lot of fun. And I was talking to a friend of mine and she does a YouTube channel and she started a YouTube channel. And I was thinking, I think that'll be something cool to do too. So this YouTube channel is going to be about things I love. And if people ask a question, I'll try to answer it. And, we could talk sports. I'm going to try to have people on the channel to interview or just shoot the breeze with. I've been having my friends practice with me about different things to discuss and talk about so that I can get better at this craft. I know some people are in it for the money and for the clicks. I'm just doing this because I want to do something different to give myself some focus because I've been focused on other things for so long. I haven't had a chance to do anything that was just for me. So this is going to be for me. And I just, hopefully this will inspire some people. Hopefully this will give me ideas of what to talk about. I want to say a little bit about me. My name is Dawn Alicia, and like I said, I'm a Gemini who rocks, and my Cleveland Browns love will always be present. I am originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I was born in June, obviously, for the Gemini. I always tell people that I was born the best time of the year because it's right in the middle. You have no excuse not to get me anything. Although it does kind of suck sometimes because my birthday will fall on Father's Day, then I have to take my dad out to dinner for Father's Day. I was in Cleveland for most of my life. I went to A.J. Rickoff, Charles W. Eliot, which makes me sad. I went there last year and most of those things are gone. I went to this one school called Middle College that was inside Cuyahoga Community College. And we were there for 2 years until they lost funding. I was originally at Rhodes and I was there on my first day and some kid brought a knife and I called my mom. I was like, "Mom, get me out of here." And she got me out of there. And one of the funniest memories I have from going to school at Middle College in Cuyahoga County was that me and I think it was Claudia, Sohaila, and that's my dog, Tiger Lily. Julie, I'm sure I'm forgetting, I'm missing her name, I'm sorry. And we were in Mr. Gove's English class. And there was one thing that interested about him was that he said Missouri instead of Missouri. And he says, well, people who live there say Missouri. And I've never heard anyone say Missouri except him. But one day we were just sitting in the back of the class, just chatting. Tiger Lily, Tiger Lily. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Gov takes off his shoe and throws it across the room. Wham! That's it. You go over there, you go over there, you go over there. I still laugh about it to this day. And then after that, I went to Jane Addams when they lost funding. And then I went to University of Cincinnati Bearcats for 3 years where I met my best friend, Kim. And hopefully I get her to come and chat with us one day about Troop Beverly Hills or something fun like that. Maybe she won't show her face, but maybe she'll let me use her voice. And she remembers our first meeting better than I do, but it clicks when I think about it. It was the first day at Sadal Hall, and they were like, "Oh, there's a frat party going on somewhere." So we all walked over there, and me and Kim was like, "Oh, this is boring. I'd rather go watch Disney." And I was like, oh, "Me too." And so a friendship was born from there. I was there for 3 years, and then when I was at home on break going to Cedar Point, I met this young lady, and she was with this program called BUNAC, where you can go do work abroad program. I'm pretty sure it's still there. And I lived in Manchester and worked there for 6 months. I'm going to age myself and say I believe Andrew got married around the time when I went there, so that was a long time ago. And I made a really good friend in Justin, who I'm still friends with to this day. What's funny is that when I lived in Cleveland, he would come and visit me, but then when I moved to Vegas to be with my bestie Kim, and Justin wouldn't come visit me in Vegas, he would go to Cleveland to visit my mom. And then when my mom moved to Vegas, then he finally deemed it worthy enough, I guess, to come visit me. After I finished with BUNAC in England, Manchester, I went back there the following year. I worked at silly jobs, and I went to Cleveland State. And Cleveland has such a really good bus system. I didn't know how to drive till I was like almost 27 years old. And I remember I was really nervous about driving, and I did take driving classes. And then someone said to my mom, the best place to practice is in the cemetery. And then she said, oh, that's right. You can't kill anyone because they're already dead. So that's where I learned to drive, in the cemetery, which I still think is funny. When I tell people that, they laugh too. And then I did go to community college to get my associates in hospitality, where I met my other best friend, Martin. He was really bored in accounting classes, and we bonded over that, even though I did really like accounting. And then me and Kim were talking, and we were wanted to do something different. And my mom's like, "You're under 30, you're not married, don't have any kids, go for it." So we moved to Vegas. I'm still here. I hope to eventually move to Maryland, where she is. I think that I will do okay there. I kind of miss the cold and the snow, but probably not this cold and snow because I see they're having this big Arctic freeze. But for now, I just want to give you a little background about me. Right now, I'm living in Vegas. I have two jobs, and I have one day off. I have a dog. I have a cat. You probably won't see my cat because she hides. My doggie, you'll hear her barking because she likes to get your attention. If someone walks by, she barks. So right now she wants some attention, and it's late, and I should make some dinner. So have a good evening. Bye.